You are now listening to the Project Kuwait. Where we stop at nothing to bring you the right facts on health, fitness, and psychology. Featuring some of the world's most experienced professionals. So you can learn, lift, and live. With your hosts, Meg, Dr. D, and Mehdi.
I've read this on Instagram or I've read this on Google, and it says if you don't eat carbs and you just eat protein and fat, you're actually gonna lose weight.
I had the same shit. 2 weeks ago. This guy comes to me, he says, I was like, yeah, dude, that's the keto diet, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's funny shit.
All this and more in today's
السلام
episode.
عليكم ويعطيكم العافية. معاي المدرب أحمد علي خربت أنا من أولها بصراحة. من أولها خربتها. أحمد العلي من كروسفيت يوفوريا، مدرب هني بالكويت. أنا شفته عندنا بالنادي، أنا أروح له بعض المرات. تي تشرفنا هناك. عاد ما كنت بقول أساميهم. Man, I talk about them way too much. يعني في ناس يقولون إن بعض المرات يقولون البودكاست it's the Borough podcast. وبالعكس أنا ترى النادي أروح له لأنه يم البيت، يعني it's 5 minutes.
مو هذا، والنادي بعد مفتوح حق الكل، يعني أي أحد يقدر يدش وفي مساحة.
أي بس يعني أنا الحين الود إن أيكم بكروسفيت يوفوريا. فتكلم عن نفسك. حبيبي مشكور. let us know about you. تكلم عن نفسك شوية، خلي الناس يتعرفون عليك، وهم أنا بنفس الوقت لأن أنت ما تحط شيء على إنستغرام حدا الكومبيتيشنز مالك.
عاد صدق أنا بالإنستغرام I don't really post much on Instagram. I did for a while and then I stopped. After that, I was putting out think too much, especially with my trainings. And I thought it was getting really annoying. And then I was like, no, I just need to focus on my training more and not really look at my phone the whole time. Yeah. So that's what I started doing. I just stopped, kind of went a bit down with putting things on social media. But anyway, let's start with when I was 14 years old. So here I started playing sport. Before that, I was just staying at home, watching TV, playing PlayStation. That's it. I didn't really do much. I was fat when I was a kid.
So kind of started out just like most of us. أغلب الكويتيين يطلعون كذي.
Yeah. So after that, I started playing handball.
Yep.
I was playing at Kalma Club that's my first year. 2005, I started playing handball. I played the first year. I was really weak at that time. I couldn't really throw the ball really hard. And then the next year, the year after that, I started playing more seriously handball.
Okay.
I got picked for the national team, actually, for the Kuwait national team.
Oh, mashallah. That's great, dude.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Thank you. And then I got put on the blacklist.
Okay. What's the blacklist?
They wouldn't really pick me for the national team for 2 years.
Okay.
So they gave me a penalty for 2 years, not really participating with the national team, because at that time was because of my dad. He didn't really let me go and train because I didn't really study much.
Okay.
At that time.
All right.
So he was like, okay, so you're not going to go. Like, shit.
Yeah, it sucks, dude.
And then I continued playing for Kalma until I graduated from high school, and then I moved to Australia.
All right.
I moved there. I started playing handball there as well. Handball over there wasn't that big, so it was really hard for me to find a club to play with or to play for.
Yeah, I was going to say, you go to Australia, you can actually find a lot of baseball leagues, but you can't find handball.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. Baseball, Aussie football, AFL, rugby, a lot of rugby there.
Yeah.
Not much soccer, actually. They don't really play a lot of soccer, but it's all about rugby, AFL, netball for the girls. And that's it. And then when you say to people there, I play handball, they're like, you mean the one that you hit the ball with your hand? I'm like, no. It's actually a contact sport. Yeah, it's
so
really
it's not
hard.
volleyball.
No. It's not. It was hard at the start finding a club there, but then I joined the club and then I got picked for the state national team. I played for nationals over there for South Australia first for 3 years, and then Queensland picked me up for the national team there as well, because I moved from Adelaide to the Gold Coast. So from South Australia to Queensland, and I got picked for the national team over there. While I was playing, the Australian national team actually came to me a few times. They were like, can you get any permanentship? Can you be an Aussie? can you get a passport? We really need you in the team. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, no. I'm actually Kuwaiti. I can't really do that.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm not really planning on staying here, so I'm gonna go back to Kuwait.
So what made you pick Australia of all places?
I didn't really actually pick it. It got picked for me.
Oh, so did you do the government
Yes.
scholarship? Oh,
Yes,
okay.
I did the government scholarship.
All right.
And then I moved there, I started studying my engineering. So the first year was only English.
Okay.
I didn't know how to speak English at that time. Nothing. I learned English. Actually, I didn't learn it from the university. I learned from talking with people outside.
Okay.
That's how I learned how to speak English. And then I did my diploma in engineering. I finished that. And then at that time, I was actually sitting by myself. I was like, I'm not enjoying this. I actually don't want to be an engineer.
Yeah.
So at that time, I had a long kind of holiday. So instead of coming back to Kuwait, I actually went and studied fitness. So I started going to an institute called Australian Institute of Fitness.
Okay.
So the course was for 6 months. So I did my certificate 3 in fitness, certificate 4 in fitness. I got my first aid certificate there as well. And then I did a level 1 kettlebell and level 1 boxing for fitness.
Okay.
So I graduated there with 5 kind of certificates.
All right.
From that institute. So after that, I started actually working as a personal trainer in global gyms.
All right. How did you get into CrossFit from all this? Yeah, and it looks like you had the broad fitness background.
Yeah.
So how did it zero into CrossFit after that?
CrossFit, well, while I was playing handball, I started training actually for handball. Yeah, I started paying for a personal trainer to train me for handball.
Okay.
I want to be better in handball.
Yeah.
A better athlete. I want to be faster, stronger, and I wanted to kind of run for the whole 30 minutes. So I trained with a personal trainer, and then he introduced me to CrossFit in 2012. So the first workout was Fran, of course.
Okay.
My first CrossFit workout was Fran.
All right.
And I think I finished it. At that time, I didn't have any mobility, nothing. Squatting down with the bar, doing thrusters. It was an empty bar as well. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I used to put a bench behind me and then squat down, touch the bench, and then press up with the thrusters. This was my thrusters. Yeah.
Wow.
I couldn't even go lower than that. And my time at that time was 12:47. 12 minutes and 47 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So since that workout, I was like, is that CrossFit? He was like, yeah, this is CrossFit. And then he started explaining to me what CrossFit is. I remember he kind of printed a sheet explaining what CrossFit is and all the workouts that are involved in CrossFit. I was like, oh, cool. But then I told him I don't want to do this again.
Yeah.
But then I continued training for handball, and I did the last national with the South Australian team at that time for me. I finished that, and then 2013 came. I moved to the Gold Coast, and then I was like, okay, I want to try. I want to do CrossFit. It helped me with my handball, so I want to continue that and see if it's still gonna help me without my personal training, only doing classes. I was like, okay. And this was before actually me studying fitness at that time. So I did the first class, front squats.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was actually this was one of the questions that
Yeah.
me and Hay, when we were doing our research on you, one of the only posts we found, by the way.
Yeah.
was the front squat story. So yeah, go into that. That's an awesome story, by the way.
Yes. This was the first class for me. First time doing front squats. The coach was explaining the demo, and then he was like, okay, I need one of you guys to be the demo now, so I can show everyone and see if there is any mistakes. So I was like, I don't really want to do it. But then he picked me. I was like, shit.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so pick up the bar. I picked up the bar, put on my shoulders. My elbows were like this. I couldn't even lift them up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I used to be this tight. I couldn't really put my shoulders up or my elbows up. So I was like, shit. And then he was like, okay, squat down, stand straight, feet a bit wide, squat down, then go up. So I tried to squat down. And then he was like, go lower. I was like, I can't. I was like, try. So I tried, and then I fell backwards.
That sounds like me, man. Sounds like me today after doing CrossFit for a year, too.
But this was my start. And then I was like, okay, I really need to work on this. So CrossFit was really challenging for me from the start and until now.
Yeah.
Actually, it's really challenging. That's why I like it. For me, it's one of the hardest sports I've ever done. And I think it's one of the hardest, actually, worldwide.
So how did you get to a guy not being able to front squat to a guy standing on a podium 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago or 5 weeks ago, whatever it was, in the Bahrain Elfit? I mean, I don't know when this episode's going to launch, but Bahrain Elfit was in January, and you and two of your buddies won first place.
Yeah.
So how did you go from that guy that couldn't squat to the guy that's squatting probably around like 300 pounds on a front squat? I'm assuming, right? What's your front squat right now?
My front squat it's really weak still, but it's 335. Yeah.
Dude, that is not weak, all right? I want to get him and punch you in the face. That is definitely not weak. I'm happy with my front squats around 300. When I hit that for my 1 rep max, all right? You know, like let alone 335. 335, that's my back squat, dude. But how did you go from, falling on your ass to 335? What were some of the progressions that you took over the years to get to that number?
Well, first thing, everyone needs to know that I'm really stubborn.
Okay.
So when it comes to training, I want to do this. Even if I fall down, I'll just get up again and then I do it again. I'm like, I'm not going to get out until I do it.
Yep.
That's one thing. But with not being able to squat that to squatting that, it's just being consistent, actually. And work on your mobility, stretching, especially after your workout, stretch. Take your time to stretch. If it takes you an hour, just do it.
What were some of the progressions that you did? Like, did you do front squats trying to squat down onto a med ball? Did you do a lot of, single-legged squats? What were some of the progressions that you did to get the mobility to get down into the front squat?
Well, first I started with Bulgarian squats.
Okay.
Because my legs used to be really weak.
All right.
Playing handball is I never really squatted.
Okay.
So if I want to squat, I always go halfway. I don't really go any lower than that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 3/4 squat for a handball player, and most overhand throwing players, it's a 3/4 squat. It's like a basketball player. There's no need to go past parallel. So
So I started with Bulgarian squats, and then after that, I started actually putting a med ball, and then squatting to a med ball, and then going all the way up with the squat. That's a thing. And then I started actually stretching my triceps more.
Okay.
And my lats.
All right.
Because they used to be really, really tight. And I struggled with another thing as well. Because I had half of my body was really strong and then the other half was really weak.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Let me guess, your right side was strong and your left side was weak because you were dominant with your right hand.
Yeah.
I play baseball, so I know what you're talking about.
So you get it, yeah.
I totally relate to throwing. It's like, I do everything with my right arm, and it's like, my rotator cuff in my right arm sucks right now, but hey. So how did you start to do a lot of unilateral movements just to kind of balance things out? Like, was it just right, left, single dumbbells and stuff like that? Or like, what did you do, man?
Actually, yes, I started doing that and I started focusing on my left side more.
Okay.
I would do the normal reps with my right and then I'll do extra reps with my left side.
All right, interesting. That's an interesting perspective because I've always done, previously, I would do my weaker side first and then do my stronger side. And now, since getting into CrossFit, I'm starting to see that a lot more where, people will say, all right, if you do 10 reps with your dominant side, do 12 reps with your non-dominant side to play the catch-up game, so to speak.
Yeah.
So how did that work out for you?
Actually, really, really good. I remember with the pull-ups, I started doing kips before actually doing strict pull-ups.
Okay.
Yeah. So with that,
just for most people, that's like the wrong move. That's an old school move. That's like a 2014, 2013 progression where it's like, all right, just jump up and get your chin up to the bar. That's it.
Yeah. So I started that, but then I noticed my right side is way stronger than my left, and then I started actually working with pulling with my left more.
Okay. So I'm assuming a lot of rows, ring rows.
Ring rows. I use the band a lot.
Okay.
With actually vertical pulls.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. That's a good one. I never really thought of that.
Yeah. Because I really struggled with pull-up. I couldn't do pull-ups.
Yeah.
Strict pull-ups, I couldn't do them.
Yeah.
And then after maybe 2 months, exactly, I started doing one strict pull-up. I was like, okay, great. I need to continue doing that because my left side's still really weak.
Yeah.
I continue to do that. I still actually do that. So with rotator cuffs when I warm up. So I go maybe 10 reps with my right, and then with my left, I go 12 to 15 reps.
Yeah.
I always do that. I've noticed that it helps me with push presses, split jerks, any heavy overhead movements, even overhead squats as well.
Okay.
Yeah. So
that makes a difference, dude.
Yeah.
Like that sounds like some pretty good progressions right there.
Yeah. So let's go back to 2013.
All right.
That's when I first started CrossFit. So I started, and then I finished my diploma after that. And then I was like, okay, I don't want to continue to engineering. I want to do fitness. So I joined the institute. It used to be actually an hour away from where I was living. So it used to be three days a week for 6 months, like that. So when I joined there, they actually taught me a lot. I learned a lot there with the anatomy of the body, how to train, how to program, how to fix weak muscles. If you do have weak muscle imbalances, how to focus on someone's posture as well. So I studied all of that. And to actually pass all of that, they gave us 2 exams at the end.
Okay.
One is written and one is actually physical. You have to train someone before you actually graduate. And you have actually trainers sitting there and they watch you and watch what you do. Yeah.
That's pretty cool that there's actually an evaluation going through the process.
Yeah.
Versus right now, you just you can buy a degree in
Online.
It's $25. $25 to become a certified trainer right now.
Yeah. There's actually one thing with I didn't really want to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway, with the CrossFit certification. I think it's kind of bad.
It's weak. Oh, yeah, 100%,
really
dude.
weak.
I agree 100%. It's definitely weak. You can get your level 1 in a weekend. And it's like, dude, there's not a lot of anatomy in it. It doesn't go in depth on certain things. Like my wife's doing the ACE certification right now.
Yeah.
Literally, it's like a 6-month course. Like there's a lot.
Exactly, yeah.
Like the amount of volume she has to go through is insane. I did my certification through Exos, and it was as a performance specialist because I'm a baseball coach.
Yeah.
So obviously I care about baseball. I care about training kids the right way for that sport. So the Exos certification, that was pretty long. It was pretty in depth. It wasn't heavy on the anatomy, but it was very heavy on movements and correct movement patterns and acceleration, deceleration, things like that, for an athlete, basically. Yeah. But CrossFit level 1, it's kind of a joke.
It is. Plus, a few of the guys I know, they did the test and they were like, it's actually ridiculous because they give you multiple choices and then the answers they're all correct.
Yeah.
But you have to kind of pick the most correct one, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. And they were like really confused. We didn't really know what to pick. I was like, that's ridiculous. Yeah.
Oh, man.
I don't really know what to say. But
I'm glad you got better certifications than the level 1, dude.
Yeah. A lot of people ask me why you don't really get CrossFit level 1. I was like, I don't want to waste my time.
I don't buy into it. Yeah. No, I don't
buy into it. I don't want to waste my time with that. Plus, I've already studied all of that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go and travel and then study all of that again when I actually studied that.
Yeah, no,
okay, I can actually teach you that without you going there and waste your time,
Yeah. No,
but
I know.
Still, it's a certification. So
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter. I had Jonathan Mills. I think it was like an episode in our 60s. He came on and he certified me as a strength training and conditioning coach. This was a few years ago. And when he came on, he was like, yeah, certifications these days could be from the biggest bodies. They don't mean shit anymore because all the information's online.
Yeah.
Besides the information online, it's, are you a good trainer? That are you continuously educating yourself and going through the rigmarole of knowing what's right and what's updated? So
yes.
I think that matters more than a level 1 at this point, which they've upgraded a little bit. Like I took a buzz through their booklet.
Yep.
One of my friends was doing level 1 a couple of weeks ago. I was like, oh, they've upgraded. It's not as shitty as it used to be.
No, that's good. Okay, with CrossFit level 1, I do understand if you do pass that, you can do level 2. With level 2, I think there's more anatomy in it.
Yeah.
So this is kind of okay. It's good, but still, it's a 2-day course. So you're not actually going to learn much in 2 days.
Yeah.
So if you compare that to someone who's been studying for 6 months,
yep,
it's really big difference.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying, man.
Yeah. That's one thing. Another thing is, okay, I know, like, I'm just
No,
going
you're
into
fine,
things.
dude. No, dude, you're totally fine, man.
Well, I've noticed something since moving back here in Kuwait. People just mentioning on their Instagram profile that they are trainers
Yeah.
when in reality they have no certification.
Yeah, that's true. I've seen that a lot, man.
And they give programs for people and they train people privately. And they're actually making those people pay them for something they don't really deserve or earn, you know?
I call those the fitness enthusiasts that are way over the top, and I call them assholes. By the way, you can swear. Don't worry about it, dude.
That's good.
Okay. But yeah, go on about that. I like this topic. Now we're going into the deep shit right now.
Oh, yeah. I've been saying that a long time ago, since moving back here. I've noticed that a lot. A few guys joined the gym, they get buffed all of a sudden.
Yeah. They used to weigh like 120 kilos.
Yeah.
And then they just, all of a sudden, they call themselves a trainer. It's like, all right, this is what I'm going to do.
And then they actually post that on their profiles. They're like, okay, for private training, contact me or DM me or blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, this is bullshit. And he doesn't have any certificate. He basically knows nothing.
Yeah.
Okay, he knows how to make himself maybe thin, or he knows how to... He took things and then he got really big at the gym. And then he started telling people to take this and this and this to get the same results. But not everyone is the same. If things worked for you, it might not work for someone else. So you can't actually recommend that to everyone. So that's one thing. Another thing, it's people actually believing them or following them because they maybe post on their Instagram how they were and how they are now, but they deny the fact they have no certification or real knowledge about that, or deep knowledge about that.
Yeah.
When in fact, there are a lot of trainers actually who studied all of that and they are qualified to train someone, and people actually don't go for those people.
Yeah.
So that's, I don't know, it's just really sad, to be honest.
It's been, I think, the problem with the fitness industry of people take a little bit of knowledge, bitch it up, turn it into a fun marketing scheme for themselves to make a little bit money. Or here, I think it's to call themselves a trainer.
Yeah.
They all have full-time jobs.
They do, yes.
But for them, it's like, oh, I'm a trainer. I'm a coach. Listen to me. I've lost 30 kilos. Granted, look, when I used to weigh 116, 120. I lost all that weight. I was like, all right, this is fun. Let me take some certifications to learn more, because I was still a baseball coach at the time. So for me, it was more or less knowledge. I got it into that sphere where, okay, now I think I want to really learn more about the body, more about the anatomy, more about movement patterns to help the players that I'm coaching, especially when they have the questions about strength and conditioning. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You grow up with just the baseball knowledge. You don't grow up with the other facets of that. And baseball is like a lazy man sport. It's close enough to golf. So that's when I did my strength training conditioning certification. After that, I did my exo certification. And even with that, I don't think I've never trained anyone, never wanted to, never, people who have asked me, I've said no, because it's not my realm. And I think adults or babies, I'd rather work with kids, those are I coach athletes up to 21, 22 years old. That's what I prefer. They listen to you. They don't read a little bit of bullshit on Google and
tell you, I've read this on Instagram or I've read this on Google, and it says if you don't eat carbs and you just eat protein and fats, you're actually going to lose weight.
I had the same shit. 2 weeks ago. This guy comes to me, he said, I was like, yeah, dude, that's the keto diet, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's funny shit. And it's funny you say that because someone posted something yesterday about a nutritionist, and he's a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Clearly, he is taking every steroid known to mankind. Like, he's probably around 2.5% body fat.
Yeah.
And then he showed his food and he was like, oh, come to my seminar and you can eat like this. And I'm like, oh, so you're just going to tell them what steroids to take so that they can eat like shit and still get the results that you're getting.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I didn't really want to say that at the beginning, but this is one of the coaches that say that they are a trainer on their Instagram. They start juicing and then they get really buffed. And then they have people following them and they're like, okay, you need to do this. And they start actually giving programs for such price, blah, 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 blah. But they're actually not trainers.
And that's the reality of it. That's the reality of Kuwait. We have the biggest steroid problem in the world that no one wants to look at.
That's true.
I mean,
Yes.
you probably see it even more than me from your area, like down on that side of Kuwait, in the Mahbula area, the Fahil. Like, I know a lot of the American guys. They're like, dude, you guys have better steroids in Kuwait than we have in the States.
That's true. Actually, people come here to Kuwait to get steroid. You know,
A lot of bodybuilders did it. not mention any names. Kai Green. You know, I mean, who comes here to put on like 9 pounds of muscle? You know, when they've already peaked. So,
exactly.
but it's interesting that you say that, and dude, we can talk about it. I've talked about it on the show a lot.
Yeah.
How prevalent are steroids within the CrossFit community here in Kuwait?
It's crazy, and I think it's kind of okay. It's your own thing. You want to do it. But I think it's stupid. Why? Because you're only competing at local competitions. You're not actually making it worldwide, or you're not making it to a sanction.
Mm.
So why would you do this to your body when you're actually only competing in local competitions? I think it's
Are there a lot of it? Like, do you see a lot of people taking steroids in Kuwait,
Yes.
in the CrossFit scene?
I don't really need.
No names. I mean, no names.
Yeah.
But is it turning into the bodybuilding scene? Because I see CrossFitters in Kuwait, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude!
I see it as bodybuilding. When bodybuilding first started, I see CrossFit the same. Bodybuilding started, they all started taking steroids, but they deny it, and then no one's taking steroids, but everybody's big and huge and cut, you know?
Yeah, I know. And it's just the Kuwaiti genetics. We're fucking blessed.
Yeah. The same thing with CrossFit. You can't see it. There's a limit for a natural body. When you are natural, there's a limit. You can't really cross that limit.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, you can't cross it.
No, it's 100%. Dude.
Yeah.
That's 100% true, man.
But you can notice the unnatural
Yeah.
kind of shape or unnatural performance, unnatural, let's say, breathing.
Yeah, clenbuterol. Yeah. I heard that's big these days.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a bit deep.
Yeah, dude, go ahead, man. It's all good. You could say, literally talk about whatever you want as long as we don't mention names. I think that's the most important thing. But this is an opportunity for people outside of Kuwait to also look in to the scene over here, and for us as Kuwaitis and Kuwaiti CrossFitters to look into the mirror.
Yes.
And look at ourselves, and is that right? Is it giving us a real competitive advantage? Because steroids will make you stronger. They might make you breathe better, but they're not going to give you the skills needed to be better.
Exactly.
You
They
know?
will make you strong. They will make you fast, yes. But small stuff that you need to work on, which is skill, knowing when to speed up, when to slow down.
Yep.
Pacing yourself, pretty much.
100%, yeah.
Knowing the kind of endurance you're doing, I guess.
Yeah.
The aerobic, anaerobic, the lactic acid, when to use it, when to slow down, when to go really fast, what to do, what not to do, with nutrition as well, what to eat, what not to eat, when to eat.
Yeah.
So this is another thing. You need to know all of these first before you start actually just jumping on steroids.
But why are our guys jumping on steroids and they can't beat guys like Rob, Damien, Sam? You know what I mean? Like these guys, I believe the foundational strength is more important than the strength you put on in CrossFit.
Yes.
Like Rob's my coach. You know, he has me doing the most boring shit you will ever see.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen me training, but I literally do beginner shit, advanced shit, and expert stuff.
Yeah, that's important actually. You actually need to do that to build your strength first.
Yeah.
Another thing is posture. That's really important. You need to focus on that. If you have bad posture, you can't actually do much. You're going to hurt yourself. If you focus on one thing more than another thing, you're going to injure yourself.
Yeah. Yep.
Especially if you focus on front squats. You're doing front squat the whole time, or actually not doing deadlift or stiff leg deadlift or Romanian deadlift or leg curls. You're going to injure yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, you're going to hurt your knees. If you do a lot of cleans, a lot of snatches, and you neglect the small stuff, you're going to get injured. That's the thing. But yeah, with what you just said, with them, taking steroids, but they can't actually beat those guys. Damien, Rob, all the other trainers as well here in Kuwait. That's actually a really good point.
I mean, let's be fair. Maybe some of these trainers do juice. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I do know that I see the amount of work that Rob puts in, for instance, and I've seen the amount of work that Damien puts in. Like, I see how many hours they spend on their training, you know, and when I see that much time spent, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. You know, that does make sense. And if you look at them when they're out in public, they don't look, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they don't have that.
They don't look it. Yes.
Yeah, they don't have that crazy, like, big bodybuilder look.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's like looking at you right now. I wouldn't believe you have a 335 front squat. You know what? Like, just as a CrossFitter or as a certain athlete, you develop a different body look and a different shape.
Yes.
So, yeah, sorry.
But I was going to say something, but I forgot.
Yeah, I'm an asshole. I do that.
I think it's dosage they take. It's a bit too much here in Kuwait.
Yes. Yeah, I've heard the same thing.
Yeah. I don't think they follow up with a doctor or they just follow someone told them to do something and that's it. Maybe someone told them, okay, take this dosage and you're going to get this result.
There's one guy on Instagram that's extremely open about giving his athletes testosterone, and he's not even a certified professional. Like, he's not a doctor.
Really?
Yeah. He's on Instagram, dude. Like, I follow him just to see what shit he's peddling out. Look, the science he puts out it makes sense. Like, he knows what he's talking about when it comes to the dosages and whatever. He's not telling his guys to take 1,000 milligrams a week, which is just stupid because there's only so much your body will take. And I mean, he's put out some good athletes and he's very open about his athletes taking steroids and doing what they need to do to get higher in the bodybuilding scene, so to speak.
Yeah, that's a thing now, I guess.
How big are steroids in the Mahboula Fahil area? Because that's an area I never ventured into in terms of gyms, to be honest with you.
A lot of actually people came to me and they were like, should I take this? Should I take that? Especially in that area. Because they talk about growth a lot, growth hormones. I think it's Adwania talk.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
One guy took growth hormone and then he lost 10 kilos and he got really ripped. So everyone wants to look the same and do the same now. And they actually come to the gym to us to lose weight. But then they're like, okay, I've got a friend that lost weight in a month and like 10 kilos in a month. And I'm training now. I'm not getting the same results. I was like, okay, but you are losing weight, aren't you? He's like, yeah, but I want to lose weight faster. And then he asks you, he's like, can I take growth hormone? Are they good? Are they bad? La, 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 la.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, I've never really taken any of these shit. Okay. So I don't really know. Don't ask me. If you want to ask someone who took those stuff. Or go and see a doctor or physician and he's going to tell you what to take. And then they're like, oh, okay, I think I'm just going to continue working out. Okay, good for you. And it's your choice. I can't really force you to take or not.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Yeah, because, okay, talking about steroids, it's a lost argument. You know what I mean? Because people who start taking steroids, they're like, okay, I'm taking steroids because everyone else is taking it. It's not fair.
Yeah, yeah.
So, okay, I do get that. That's your point of view. That's your opinion. You want to take it, take it. And it's kind of true because everyone else is taking. So the game is kind of unfair for the natural athlete, let's say.
That's true, yeah. It's true, but it's not true. Like, in CrossFit, I've beaten guys that were juiced up, you know, and
I've done the same.
Yeah, which I think it's more of an icing on the cake. You know, it's the cherry on top of the cake where you're like, all right, this guy's cheating, but I'm clean.
Yeah.
Because I remember, look, I took steroids. I tried stanozol when I was 23, 24.
Yeah.
And literally, my numbers were insane. I was shredded as hell.
Yeah.
And my strength, like, I didn't get big and bulky, but my strength capacity. I mean, I went from a 120 bench press to a 145 bench press in like 3-4 weeks.
That's massive.
I was very hypersensitive to it. My deadlift went from, I think my max was like 180 to 210.
Whoa.
I was shrugging 325 kilos.
That's massive.
I swear to God, right hand up to God.
Yeah.
Yusuf Mtayari was on one side and Captain Afroz, who's at Compact CrossFit, was on the other side. And they helped me de-rack the bar. And I shrugged 325 kilos, or 325, I think, for 4.
Whoa.
And like, that was Like, dude, that's just how, like, I was just fucking strong. You know, my squats were insane. And it was just, steroids will do that to you. But they don't teach you the skills you need.
Yes, true.
So,
But most of the people are actually looking for shortcuts.
yeah.
They don't want to wait and take the long road to get there. Because, okay, I started 2013. Since 2013, I didn't really take CrossFit seriously until came back 2016 to Kuwait. I started competing here in Kuwait, and then I was like, okay, this is fun. And I stopped playing handball because I tried going back to playing handball here in Kuwait and it didn't work out. I was like, the sport here is it sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Politics are horrible, dude.
Yeah. They wouldn't really let you play because they know someone whose father is something. So he's going to play in the team and you're going to be sitting on the bench.
Yeah. Yep.
When you are way fitter, way stronger, faster as well. But yeah, since then I was like, okay, I'm not going to do handball here in Kuwait. It's not fun. I'm not having fun. I'm not even playing. They're picking people that are actually weak instead of picking me. And at that time, I used to train CrossFit in the morning and then go train for handball. And I was like, training handball, I didn't really have any energy. I was just throwing the ball, passing, and I was doing way more than everyone else. But they didn't really give me credit for what I'm doing. And then I was like, okay, that's enough for handball. Let's focus on CrossFit. So 2013 was my first time I started taking CrossFit seriously. I did Battle of the East for the first time. And since then, I was like, I really want to compete. I really like that. And I'm improving every day. I can see that. I'm improving every day. I'm getting stronger. I'm getting fitter, faster. I want to do this. I like it. It's more challenging than handball, way more challenging than handball. And then I started just focusing on CrossFit and competing. Since 2016, I did Battle of the East. And then after that, I did Wood Mayhem for the first time, 2017, I think, in January. And then Battle of the East again, 2017. In 2017, actually, I made it to the finals. It was my first time making it to the finals as a CrossFit athlete. So since 2016, I made it to the semifinals. 17, I made it to the finals. And I got, I think, 8th at that time, my placing. And then I did Wood Mayhem again. And I've noticed that I got way better than the year before. I got 5th place in Wood Mayhem, 2017. And then 2018, here, actually, I had a problem with Battle of the East.
Okay, what happened?
So for the online qualifiers, I was 3rd. I was placing 3rd. And then I was like, okay. So we got to the finals. The first workout, actually, I was doing really well. I was going faster than Khalid, Al-Umda, everyone. I was in the same heat.
Okay.
The last heat. So I was beating everyone. I was going really fast. It was the farmer's carry.
Yes, yeah.
And then handstand walk.
Yep.
And then the drag as well.
Yeah.
And then toes to bars, and then again. So I finished all that, and then on the last farmer's carry, going back, I was walking with the bars in my hand, and then all of a sudden the place just came off.
Oh, you were the guy that happened to. Oh shit, man!
So
I heard about that.
Oh,
Fuck, dude, that must have sucked.
It sucked. So the plates fell off. I didn't stop. I continued walking because the weight was really light.
Yeah,
Wouldn't make any difference for me if I stop or not.
yeah.
But the plates fell off. So I continued walking to the finish line. At that time, I did beat Umda and Khalid.
Yeah.
You know? So I was happy. I was like, oh, they're really strong athletes. And I did that. At that time, the head judge, I won to him because they made me go back and then put the plates on again and then walk to the finish line. So that took me maybe an extra minute and a half.
Oh, man. Oh, dude, that's bullshit.
Yeah. So I went to the head judge. I was like, this and this happened for me. I don't know, what are you going to do something for me? Are you going to do something? I was like, yeah, we'll see what we can. And then I'll let you know. I was like, okay. So they did something, but they only took 15 seconds of my time.
Oh, that's horseshit. That is horseshit, though. That is absolute bullshit. Look, at the end of the day, if you're running an event and you're the head judge and your equipment fails on an athlete, but he finishes the workout,
It's not my problem.
it's not the athlete's fault.
Yeah.
It really isn't the athlete's fault. In fact, I mean, it's the head judge who should be held accountable.
Exactly.
Which sucks because they're not getting paid to do the job. You know, you have all these guys, they're all getting the sponsorship money, but everyone's a volunteer out there. So you can't really hold them accountable for this stuff. But You should have. I mean, that sucks, dude. That's shitty, man. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so that's one thing from the first event. The second event was the run, and then clean and jerks, legless rope climbs. When we did the L set rope climbs, we had to sit down and then we go all the way up. So, and it was legless. So I did the first round. I was fine. Oh yeah, I did the first round. I did the first rope climb, touch. I was good. The second touch, I was good. So by the third rope climb, my arms were dead.
Yeah.
Halas. So I went up, and then I reached halfway, and because I'm tall, my arms are really tall.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'll just kip and then touch.
Yeah.
So I did kip. I touched, but the judge didn't really see me touch.
Oh, man.
So I went down, and then she was like, no rip. I was like, fuck. And I couldn't feel my arm.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. So I sat down maybe for a whole minute, just trying to recover for a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then went back up, touch, and then continued the run, clean and jerks. And then I got again to the ropes, and I couldn't really pick myself up. And then I was like, yeah, that's it. And then the time was off. And the time cap actually was really, really short for that.
That sucks, man. That really sucks. So why do you compete in so many competitions? Like, you compete a lot. So what drives you to compete in so many of these competitions?
First, I love to compete. I love it. Like, it's in my blood. Something I really like to do, competing with someone, especially if they are really good or better than me. I learn a lot from competitions, especially with the small mistakes I make. That's what I like. So next time when I do it, I'm like, okay, I've done this. So next time I'm not going to be doing this. And it teaches me a lot. That's why I love it. Plus, every time I finish a competition, I feel like I've improved. So I'm thriving for that improvement as well. I love improving every day. That's why I do it.
That's amazing, man. Now, you finished first place in Elephant Bahrain. How did that feel? Because the other two teams out of CrossFit Kuwait, one of them had Salim Fadala on it. The other one had Ali Jamal on it. So two very strong teams, very strong guys. How did you guys beat them by a lot? Was it a close race?
We beat them actually by 60 points.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't that close.
It wasn't that close.
All right. Okay. There were pretty strong teams. Like,
there were,
from the Arab side, surprisingly. Yeah. I think it's mainly because most of the Westerners actually get to compete as individuals. Yeah. You know? So I thought that was pretty cool to see Miko, Damien, and all of them going against each other. How'd you feel about seeing that?
Oh, that was great. Actually, I don't know. I felt like I wanted to compete there individually as well, because all those names were there. Especially with, I didn't know about Hamza, the Palestinian guy. Tarif, I think.
Yeah.
I saw him there. I was like, damn, he's really good.
Oh, dude, a lot of people have talked about him.
Yeah,
James came on the podcast, talked about him.
He's a machine, man.
Yeah, Miko talked about it. Everyone talked about that guy.
So, he shocked everyone. I was like, man, he's really strong. So I was like, okay, cool. And then I saw him after the competition, actually. We were at City Center. I saw him there. I said hi to him. I was like, congratulations, you did really great. He was a great dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
But I was going to say something about it. Yeah. For CrossFit Kuwait on the second workout in the competition, they did really good.
Yeah.
They did really, really good with the toast to bar, the AMRAP toast to bar.
Yeah.
They kicked everyone's ass.
Yeah, no. I saw Salim Falala afterwards, and he was like, dude, look at my forearm. I was like, oh my God, man. It looks like you just did like 150 forearm curls. He's like, yeah, I went unbroken. I was like, dude, I wish I could do that. That's awesome, man. But yeah, no, they did. They had a hell of a performance.
Oh, yeah, they did really good. And then since that workout, actually, me and my team, myself, John Coyle, and Salim Al Ali from Emirat.
Okay.
John Coyle is from Ireland. He trains at my gym, John. And then Salim, I sent him a message on Instagram. I was like, would you like to do a competition?
Oh, that's pretty cool, dude.
He was like, okay, cool.
All right, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, so we did the competition just for fun. Like me, Salim, and John. We're like, we just want to do it. We've never really been in a, let's say, good team.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, we're three good athletes. Why not actually do a competition together? And they were like, okay, let's do it. And we did it. But since the second workout, when Salim Fadala, Abu Darwish, and Aziz, they did amazing. And then after that, we were like, okay, really need to push it.
It needs to turn it up a notch.
Yeah, we need to push it. So the third workout for the day was Grace. Clean and jerks.
Ah, fucking sucked.
Yeah. Synchro clean and jerk.
Oh, you guys were synchronized.
Yes.
No shit, dude.
It actually was grunt overhead. So you can do snatches or clean jerks.
Okay.
Yeah. 30 grunt overheads. The plan was, okay, we do 8 reps synchronized and then we change. We do 7 and then 8 and 7 again.
Okay.
And that was going to be a lot of changing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And plus, we're actually standing really far from the line. So we had to run to the bars and then pick it up and do clean and jerk. But for CrossFit Kuwait, they were actually next to the line. So they only take 1 step and then do clean jerks or grunt overheads.
Okay.
So we're like, okay, we need to push it. So John suggested, he was like, okay, let's do 10s, 10, 10, 10. And then we were like, can we do it? Unbroken? 10 unbroken.
Yeah.
And then we're like, okay, we can do 10 unbroken, all of us. But then one of us has to stay there and then do the next 10 unbroken as well.
Oh, shit.
So it's going to be 20 reps.
Oh, unbroken? Damn.
Yeah.
At what, 155? Did you guys do it at 155 also? Or were
no,
you
135 actually. It wasn't that heavy.
Why did you guys get to do 135 and we were doing 155?
I have no idea.
Like, what the fuck?
The workouts for the teams were really light.
I didn't get that, dude.
Yeah, they were really, really light.
I
didn't even get tired from the competition.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding.
Oh my God, man. Because I was like, why are they having us do Grace at 155? Like, I was looking up Grace. I'm like, it says 135. Like it's 135. And not only that, like the floors were fucking shit in Alpha.
Oh yeah. The floor was horrible. I saw your event. Everyone was just dropping the bars and then the floor was just coming out. I was like, shh.
Dude, I literally had like shoulder width.
Yeah.
And then there was a 2-foot hole in front of me in a dip on my right side and a 2-foot hole in a dip on my left side.
Shit.
When I got to rep 13 unbroken, and my plan was to go 15 unbroken. I got to rep 13 and I just slipped a little bit on my right leg. So it jacked up my shoulder on the jerk.
Yeah.
And I just dropped the bar and I was like, this is going to hurt for the rest of the way. And sure enough, till this day, my shoulder still isn't right from that event. And I can feel it. Extra stretching and shit makes it, numb out for workouts. But, it's just, it sucked. So, all right, you get to the bar. One of you has to go 20 unbroken. Did you do the 20 unbroken?
Yes.
You're insane.
I started with the first 10. It was me and Salim.
Okay.
First, we started. So we did the 10s. So I dropped the bar and then Salim changed with John. So I did the next 10 as well. Here, I couldn't really feel my arms. I was like, shit. Just keep going. Don't think.
Yeah.
Until I finished the second 10s. And then I dropped the bar and then it's John's turn to do another 20.
Okay.
Back to back. So we had Salim resting. So I can do the last 10 with John.
Yeah.
So they went together for the last 10. And they didn't drop the bar. I was like, yes. And then we finished 1 minute, 30 seconds.
All right. That's awesome.
So that was really, really good. The plan worked. So we're like, okay, we have from this time till 1:30 to actually win this event.
Yeah. And
we did that and we won this event.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And then Elfit, actually, they took off time from us. So from 1:30 to 1:24 seconds.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Because of the run from the line to the bars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's amazing. That's pretty cool. What happened with CrossFit Kuwait? There was an event where Ahmed Al Ali and them, it looked like they'd got something happened with the judging. I meant to ask him what happened because it was, It was a big deal. Like I remember looking, I'm like, holy shit, they got screwed because I saw how infuriated they were during the middle of the event.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened? Or?
During the event, I didn't really see them.
Yeah.
I didn't really know what was going on. But then I saw, actually from our videos, with my cousin actually filming me, I went to the rope, the first rep, okay. When I was going to the second rep, I saw the judge was actually stopping Aziz, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There was something wrong with the rower or the judge actually slowed Aziz, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think he got off the rower and then he was like, no, you have to sit down in the rower until the calorie maybe finishes or the meters finishes.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that what happened. But I saw Salim's video on Instagram when he was mad at the head judge. So yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, okay, maybe the rower, he got off early or something happened.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, I just figured you guys were all in the team heats that you probably talk to each other and hear from one another what was going on. Because I know Flair had a lot of issues with the judging in the Flair Fest.
Oh yeah,
There were a lot of issues, and I was emceeing, so I saw it firsthand, man. Like I saw a judge literally not even counting reps at one point for a poor bastard. And he was like, "How many reps?" And she's like, 20. And I was like, "Dude, you just shaved off 5 reps from this poor bastard." And I don't blame these judges because at the end of the day,
they're volunteers.
They're volunteers. You can't, and it was like you can't yell at them because, dude. What do they care? If you yell at them, they're not going to show up tomorrow and you're not going to have a judge.
Exactly.
And that's what happened kind of with Flair. I mean, Saturday rolled around and from what I understand is in the morning, they were looking for judges.
Yeah. Yeah.
How was Flair for you?
Flair.
Frustrating?
Was a bit, yeah. Okay, let's start with the team. The team is myself and Rakan Amiri. So we were really excited about this competition. We did the 100 race first. We were fine. We did the second event. Here, Rakan actually hurt his back.
Okay.
With the rowing and then the DT after that. So in the second event, we were beating Ivan's team, Ivan and Milos.
Oh, wow.
We were beating their team. We were going really fast. So we finished the row before them. We got to the bar. Rakan started with the bar. He was fine. I started after him. We were actually passing Ivan and Milos. The second round, okay. And then my turn, I was good. The third round, Rakan actually hurt his back.
Oh, shit, dude.
He did clean 1, 2. And then I saw him drop the bar. I was like, what's going on? And then he continued doing singles. I was like, oh, something is wrong.
Yeah.
So he finished and he sat down. I was like, what's wrong? It was like my back. I was like, okay. So I tried to go really fast.
Oh, wow, dude.
And then we continued. We finished the workout. I was surprised, actually. A lot of teams didn't finish this workout.
I honestly, I wasn't there for that workout. I was there for everything else. Like that was when I was like, all right, I'm taking this time off, So, but yeah, so that happens, what goes through your mind at that point?
At that point, I was like, okay, so we're just going to keep moving. I told Rakan, I was like, okay, we'll just keep moving. If you can do it, you can do it. If you can't, you don't have to do it.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, but I really want to do this competition. I was like, okay, we'll continue. Adi. So we finished the first day with Rakan injuring his back. He, especially with the third workout or the fourth workout with the warm, he couldn't do it. It was like my back. So I was like, okay, every time we kind of do the clean, drop the back.
Oh, wow,
with the lunges, if you feel any pain, just drop it. It was like, okay. So we did the lunges and then we did the toes to bars. We were good. This workout was okay, but his back was still sore. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to kind of move with your pace until we finish. It was like, okay. So we finished the first day. Everything was good. We were 4th place.
Yep.
That was good. Okay. We're happy. The second day we started, his back was still sore. I told him again, if you can't continue, just let me know. We can forfeit. Adi, don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, that's understandable.
It's not worth it.
Yep.
Yeah. I was like, no, I want to continue. So we continued until the semifinals, when we got to the semifinals.
Okay.
So it was three waves?
Yes.
3 waves.
Yeah. Semifinals was 3 waves of weightlifting, yeah.
Yes. So we started the first wave. We finished fast. So our goal was beating Milos and Ivan's team.
Yeah, you guys were pretty quick on that one. I remember doing that event and you guys like kind of jumped out of the gate and I was like, holy shit, they're gonna put a dent in this thing.
Yeah, so we did for the first wave. Okay. The second wave, we went really fast as well. We got to the last weight and it was my turn.
Yep.
So I picked up the bar. I went to the squat clean. It was 255. 255 is not heavy for me.
Okay.
It's normal. It's adi.
Oh, well, I'm glad that's normal for you.
But I picked up the bar and then there was a bump on the floor. And the floor, actually. There was a bump. So while squatting down, I kind of stepped on that bump.
Yeah.
And then while I was going down, I kind of shifted my foot more. And then my knee kind of went in
with it.
And then my knee moved and twisted.
Oh, man.
So instead of me actually stopping, I was like, okay, let's try again.
Oh, that's brutal.
So I did try again. I went down and I couldn't get up. I was like, fuck, it's really painful. So I dropped the bar. And then I was like, I told Rakan, do it, go for it. Rakan did the weight. I was like, okay, while he does it, I'm going to rest for a bit and then do it again. Maybe I can do it again.
Yeah.
So he finished the rep. He went over the line. I picked up the bar again. and I couldn't lift it. I was like, I couldn't get up. I was like, that's fuck it. And then I was like, I can't, my knee, that's enough. And then Rakan was like, just stop, don't do anything.
Yeah.
And then here, Omar Shahan and then Sleiman, I think, came and actually picked me up, took me to the athletes area.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember what they called the medic for that. Yeah. And then I was on the other side, I think, commentating. Omar had your side at that time.
Oh, yeah. Omar was with me there. Sleiman was there, and then all the athletes just came around me. They were like, what's going on? Are you okay? I was like, it's just my knee. I can't really feel my leg at the moment.
Oh, shit, dude.
Yeah. The medic came. He gave me 2 Panadols, and then he wrapped my leg.
Panadols must have done a lot.
Didn't do anything, really.
Yeah.
And then Katrina, the physio. Every time I have a problem, I actually call her. I'm like, and she fixes me every time. Every time I have a problem, she just comes to me and she fixed me. So she saw me on the ground because she was competing as well.
Okay.
So she saw me on the ground. She was like, what's wrong? Are you okay? I was like, I think I twisted my knee. And she was like, okay, just lay down. I laid down. She went through my hip flexors first, and then around my knee. She released all the tight muscles, and then she flipped me on my tummy, and then she was like, okay, lower back. She released the muscles, glutes, hamstrings. She went to my calf.
Okay.
And then here, I was going to cry. I almost cried.
Okay, so it was tight. It was tight through the calf.
It was so tight.
Shit.
And she was pressing really hard. I was screaming. Everyone was looking in. They were like, what's going on? Is he okay? And then she grabbed my leg, and then she went on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I heard a pop. And my knee was back.
So she kind of popped your knee back into its the right place.
Yep.
All right, I think I got to go see her.
She's actually really good. I had a problem with my back before she fixed that. I had a problem with my shoulder during the open with the handstand push-up and deadlift workout. She fixed that before I actually did the workout. So yeah, she's good. She's a good physio. She knows what she's doing.
All right, that's pretty cool, man. What gym is she out of?
I think she used to work at Flair.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is... Hold on a second. I'm going to write her name down. I'll bring her on the show in that case.
Yeah.
No, definitely. She used to work at Flair. Does she work there still, or?
I'm not sure. No.
All right.
I think she works somewhere else.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after the podcast. But, dude, that's an amazing story, though. And how did it feel bouncing back? So you've bounced back? Are you fully recovered now, or?
I am, yes. Actually, after what she did, I continued with the final. I didn't really stop. I did the finals,
man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing, dude. That's
The
amazing.
finals was thrusters and then pull-up, thrusters, chest to bar, thrusters, muscle-ups. So I told Rakan, I can't do anything. I'm not going to let you do everything alone. He was like, no, but if you want to rest, you can rest. But I saw in his face that he wants to do the finals.
Yeah.
I can see it in his face. And then he was like, I really want to do the finals. I was like, okay. So from the finals to the finals, we actually dropped from 4th to 6th.
Oh, wow, dude.
We were placed in 6th.
Yeah.
So we got to the finals. Okay, and Rakan was like, okay, you can do only 1 thrusters because we're supposed to do at least 1 rep
in
each exercise.
Yeah.
So he told me, okay, you can do 1 rep and then I do the rest. If I get tired, I'm going to drop the bar and then do another rep and so on. I was like, okay. But then I told him, okay, you can focus on the thrusters. I'll focus on the gymnastics.
Oh, yeah, which makes sense. Yeah.
He was like, okay. So we got to the finals. He started with the thrusters and then he got tired. He dropped the bar. I picked up the bar. Instead of doing 1 rep, I did 3 or 4 reps.
Oh, wow. And that's pretty good, though.
Yeah.
Considering everything else that happened.
Yeah. I couldn't go like a full clean and then start with my thrusters. I had to do a power clean, kind of fix my feet, and then go really slow down and then press up. I was actually muscle pressing the bar.
Oh, Jesus, dude. Damn, dude. Damn, that's pretty insane, man.
Yeah.
So,
then,
go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So after that, Rakan actually shouted at me. He was like, only do 1 rep. He keeps telling me this. Just do 1 rep. I'll do the rest. I was like, okay. So we finished with the thrusters. We got to the pull-ups. I got to the bar. I did 40 unbroken pull-ups.
Okay.
And then I was going to continue to 42. And then I was like, no, he has to do actually 1 rep at least. So I got off the bar. I was like, okay, he can do 2 reps. So he did 1, 2. He got to the thrusters again. It was heavier. So he started with the thrusters and then he dropped the bar. And then I did 1 rep I was going for the second one, and then he was like, drop the bar. And then I dropped the bar, and then he continued, and so on. We got to the chest to bar. I did 20, he did 10. And then we got to the heavier barbell. It was 185, I think, the third bar. I did 1, he did the rest. Then we got to the muscle ups. Here I was smiling.
Okay.
I was like, I love muscle ups now.
All right.
Ring muscle, I love them. I was like, okay, it's time to show off again. just for a bit. So I got to the rings. I was like, okay, I'll do 10 reps. So I went for it. I did 10 reps unbroken. I got down.
MashaAllah. That's amazing, dude. 10 reps unbroken. That's pretty fucking cool.
I was going to go for it. I was going to go for 12 or something. And then I was like, no, I'll just rest for a bit. So I got off the rings, and then Rakan got on the ring.
Yeah.
And he did 8. I thought he was going to do 4, and then I'm going to do the rest.
Yeah.
But he was like, no, I'm going to do 8. He did 8. I was like, okay, great.
All right. That was awesome, man.
Yeah. So we finished that, and then we got to the last bar, 205 thrusters. I started with the rep, and then he did another rep, and then I did the third rep, and then we had 10 seconds to go. So he picked up the bar, Rakan, and then he did the last 2 reps.
Okay.
On the dot.
Dude, that's pretty cool, though. Like, that's an amazing finish to it.
Yeah. We were really happy. I was happy.
So how'd you guys finish overall in
I think
the
we
competition?
finished, I didn't really look at the leaderboard, but I think we finished 5th.
Oh, that's not bad. That's pretty good,
Yeah.
dude, considering you guys had to deal with like 2 injuries and like that puts a damper on things, definitely.
Yeah.
So, but dude, that's awesome, man. I'm so glad we got to have you on the show. It was awesome having you on here. Definitely learned a lot. I'm sure a lot of people are going to learn a lot about you, about steroids, about the competing. And, you know, you're definitely, when you compete, it's definitely a sight to watch.
Thanks,
so
man.
I can't wait to see you out on the competition floor at the Sand Clash.
Thanks, man. I can't wait for it, man. A lot of great athletes are going to be there. I'm really excited to compete against them.
Yeah,
It's going to be really fun.
It's going to be good. I think this episode will probably air right after the Sand Clash.
Yeah.
Probably the weekend of February 21st, 22nd. So, you know, what are your predictions going into it?
My prediction.
Let's see if you're right, man. I could call you out on Instagram after this.
Look, you can't really predict anything, especially with competitions. Everything happens.
That's true. That's very true.
So you can't say this guy's going to win or this guy's going to win. A small mistake can actually put you in the last place.
Yeah,
You know?
that's true, man.
So I can't say who's going to win or who's going to not. But I can say this. Just watch out. Just watch out. This Sand Clash. Watch out.
Oh, it's awesome, man.
Yeah.
All right, dude. Thank you very much, man.
No worries.
It was a
Man.
pleasure having you on, dude.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to this episode. If you enjoyed it, please head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. You can also find us on Instagram at The Project Kuwait. Thank you, and join us next time.